stressing me out.
My camera might fall.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I need to take a photo of this. They need to see
behind the scenes of what vlogging looks like
right now
when you don't have a tall enough tripod with you. Hello everybody, good morning. You join us from a hotel room in Hawaii this morning. We're both pretty sure that's how you say it.
Hawaii?
I mean, originally we thought it was pronounced Hugh because it reads like the English word Hugh, but obviously that is not how it's actually pronounced. The locals in the taxi driver definitely said Hawaii.
How are the lads?
Tom's saying it in a Geordie accent. But we are in Hawaii this morning. We are spending 2 days here. We actually arrived last night, but we just didn't film anything because we spent a lot of time traveling down from Hanoi.
We had a flight cancellation, so everything was delayed 2 hours.
Yeah, it was a little bit inconvenient. We ended up flying from Hanoi to Hawaii because we didn't really realise how long the distance was, and the overnight trains were only coming out at like what?
Well, actually, I think the flight we booked in the end was more or less the same price.
We didn't really fancy another overnight train, so we flew here, but there is another option if you don't want to fly.
I do apologise for the hair. It should be getting cut today if we get time.
Tom,
it's very long right now.
Do you know what? I feel like it stayed the same length, and then in the last week has got really long.
Got very long. Yeah, it's driving me insane.
Yeah.
It looks so scruffy. It will be getting cut.
If not today, then definitely tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tom's gonna try and get a haircut. This is another side of backpacking. Obviously for me, like, I don't really need to get a haircut. It's not essential, but like on boys, it's like lockdown.
You want to shave it?
I definitely don't. Anyway, we are gonna be vlogging in Hawaii and also Da Nang in this vlog. This is gonna be a 2-location vlog. So subscribe if you're new, and let's get into the Hawaii section of the vlog. We have quite a day planned. I'm very, very excited, but the first thing we're gonna do is head for breakfast.
Last night we had a bit of an explore around Hawaii. Basically just scouting out some bars that we want to go to today.
Yeah.
And it looked really lively actually.
It was so lively. I didn't really realise there was going to be a big like backpacker hub here, but there's quite a lot of hostels. We saw quite a lot of tourists. It's different to Hanoi. It's definitely calmer. This is the long clip. Let's go. So this is the Clover Coffee Club. It is a Vietnamese coffee house, and just look at how stunning this is, guys. If you're ever in Hawaii, this is the place for coffee. They don't really have like a food menu. It's just different types of coffee and fresh fruit juice, which is actually really nice. I have just ordered a Vietnamese white coffee, and Tom's gone for a cookie blend coffee or something. There were so many options on the menu. Honestly, I could have ordered one of each, but I would have been bouncing off the walls from my caffeine intake. So I ordered a Vietnamese white coffee because I feel like so far I've really enjoyed Vietnamese coffee. Look at the ceiling. Oh my god, guys, these just look incredible. I'm obsessed. We also got like egg muffins or something. Egg cookies. I'm not actually sure what they are. Honestly guys, trying to cross the road here is hilarious. Like, it's such a challenge. You just can't do it. And even when there's crossings, they don't stop for crossing. So now that we've finally made it across that road, we have crossed over to this park, and we're about to cross over the river here in Hawaii to the Imperial City. I'm pretty sure the Imperial City was like old Hawaii. Also, I look like such a backpacker today because I've decided I've brought my drone out because I want to take some cool drone footage of the abandoned water park that we're heading to later. So that means I have to have my backpack, hence the strap. We are arriving at the Imperial City, the oldest part of Hawaii, and I think probably the bit with the most history. Do we want to do it as a tour, Tom? Like, do we want an audio guide? Tom's like, no thanks. I want to go to the Forbidden Purple City. That sounds a bit of me. It is so quiet here. Like, we've not really seen a single other person. Probably because most people have more sense than to walk around and do something like this in the heat today. It's so hot and humid. It's 33 degrees, but on Apple Maps it says feels like 43 degrees because of the humidity. Like, I'm literally dripping wet. Like, I'm so sweaty. You know, it is beautiful. This is what I'm looking at now. Basically, this is like super rooted in Hawaii's history. So basically, this was the old city before the city is what it is now, and I think all of the city's people used to live within the walls here. Really interesting, and also the architecture is just incredible. Like, everything is so beautifully made, and I'm always like, how did they make this in like 14 something? But yeah, Tom's got the right idea. He's sitting on a chair in a dark room, taking 5 minutes. Look at the attention to detail, even on the staircase, like, mad. So we have made it to the abandoned water park. This was an incredibly strange experience getting in, wasn't it?
Very, very weird and very
dodgy.
unofficial.
We got a Grab, which is like the Asian version of Uber, to what was the entrance of this water park, and there was a guard sat there and he was like, no entry, no entry, but if you go sideways you can go in, because it's been closed for like 18 years. So it's abandoned, so they can't let you in for health and safety reasons, but it's like an unofficial tourist attraction. So we walked this dodgy route and there was just a guy sat there on a motorbike who was like, money, and we were like, okay. So we paid him 20,000, which is like £1 British, and now we're here. And that's fine, and we're allowed to just chill in here now. It was very odd. That is kind of an aerial view of what this looks like. Basically, this water park was going to open in 2004 and be like a huge tourist attraction for Hawaii. It opened kind of provisionally for about 2 years, according to Google, and then closed down in 2006 and has been completely abandoned, never restored ever since, but it's literally been left how it was. Just as you can imagine, it's been what? How many years since 2006? 16 years? Hasn't been touched, everything is overgrown, but it's still kind of geared up for as if it was just about to open. It's got a really eerie, derelict, completely silent vibe going on.
Apparently a different company bought it in 2013 and intended to open it, but then for whatever reason didn't do it in time, and a lot of it's just too derelict to even
try to rebuild it.
No.
Anyway, we're gonna go and explore. Definitely getting the vibes of like something like Doctor Who could be set here. We have just been told to come down now. Okay, so there is a security guard whistling at us, even though we paid the security guard to get in, so I'm a bit confused, but it has been a little while. We have been back at the hotel. I've had a shower and washed my hair, and to be honest, we were just spending quite a bit of time organising our onward travel. If you're coming backpacking, make sure you do allow time in like your schedule to like book onward stuff. But we're gonna head out now. We're gonna go for dinner and drinks. I think we're gonna have a few drinks tonight, maybe a game of pool. Tom spotted a few pool tables last night, so I'm gonna bring you with me. But I'm very excited because this city, I think it's a city, maybe it's a town, really seemed to come alive like after dark last night, so I'm excited. I'm also very hungry. This is the outfit I've gone for. White shorts, purple halter neck. Tom has gone for beef balls. Unsure. Oh, Tom got a haircut. Tom got a haircut. Yeah. Sorry, I never updated. It's very loud in here with the Snoop Dogg. Beef balls and fries, and I've got satay tofu and spring rolls coming. Okay, so it is just a plate of tofu. I thought it might come with like a salad. Okay, I ordered vegetable spring rolls. Turns out they're duck, even though they're on the vegetable spring roll section. So obviously I'm not going to eat these. Tom's had one. Don't really know what to do with the rest of these now. Decided we've come to play pool instead. Did you just pop the black? No. What did you pop?
Solids.
Oh, okay. Also guys, I've ordered cheesy nachos in here because it's a Mexican restaurant, and they have cheesy nachos. I am solidly losing. We're playing best of 3. Tom's won 2, but we're still playing best of 3. Bloody hell! That was not Tom's finest hour. This is probably the most lively street. Down at the end is where we had dinner. This is a bar, this is a bar, this is a hostel. We were just playing snooker down this side street. This is kind of what a night in Hawaii looks like. Lots of people outside eating. Lots of really cool neon, isn't there?
Everywhere here is neon. There must be like a requirement.
So you must have a neon sign to be in Hawaii, and everybody just said, oh, okay. Hawaii. So the next morning we headed to Hawaii train station. We decided to get the train from Hawaii down to Da Nang, and actually this was one of my favourite journeys that we've done in the whole trip. The train ride was beautiful. The scenery in Vietnam that we passed was honestly just gorgeous. Wow, it looks like I'm standing outside. I haven't filmed anything today. We've just had a super relaxing day on the beach in Da Nang.
This view, I mean, get this view.
Basically, we got the train this morning from Hawaii down to Da Nang. I actually really recommend doing that. How much did it cost for both tickets? 13 British pounds, so £7.50 per ticket.
Actually cost me 16 euros, so I don't know why we paid in euros.
That is bizarre. It's like a 3.5-hour journey, not too bad. We got reclining seats. Then we arrived here. I will insert some footage of the beach, but as I said, we just had a really chill afternoon. I decided not really to vlog it because there wasn't really anything to vlog. We're gonna go and explore downtown Da Nang now, aren't we? We're gonna go for dinner.
We are. The first place that I picked is closed.
Tom planned this whole date night.
Vegetarian place, yeah. Finally.
Oh, so cute.
And it's closed.
And then we looked again and it's actually shut down. So change of plan, we're going somewhere different. But we have found a restaurant we think that is gonna serve us good food, and we're gonna head downstairs, get in a grab. So this is a common occurrence. We're on our 3rd attempt at a grab booking. The ones that are going through, the drivers don't know where we are. I only downloaded Grab today because we've been doing it all through Tom's phone. I don't like this app because it's an overcomplicated version of Uber. Maybe I'm just used to Uber, but it seems that every time I book a car, it goes through and then 3 seconds later it's just cancelled. Or they'll ring you and they're like, oh, I can't pick you up. And I'm like, okay, so why did you accept the booking? So yeah, I don't really know. We can't walk because it's a little bit too far, and Tom's on it. Tom is in charge of taxis. We have come to the night market in Da Nang. I think this is a food night market as well. We haven't actually been to one of these yet because the one in Hanoi was mainly like clothes. So this is Dragon Bridge. Apparently it's quite famous in Da Nang. We saw photos of it on Google and we weren't sure if we were going to have time to see it, but by happy accident we're just at it now. I mean, actually guys, this is pretty impressive. Can't actually see the head of the dragon from here, but this is the dragon's head, and then this is like its back curling over the river. This whole area is really, really cool. I love the lights reflecting on the water. I think because of these statues, or maybe just because of the general vibe, I'm really getting reminded of Singapore. Like, Tom's never been to Singapore, but if you've ever been, comment down below. I think we've opted to maybe go for street food instead of a restaurant just because it's cheaper, it's easier. My main issue is if there's anything vegetarian, which is a recurring theme. Guys, I have to document this. This is the best smoothie I've ever had in my life. It's from this stall here. It's a peach and milk smoothie, I think. I don't know, it doesn't say it has milk in, which is a little bit annoying, but I saw him pouring milk into it, but I think that's what makes it amazing. Genuinely, I've never tasted anything so good. Tom ordered a pineapple one and then went back and ordered a peach one after he tasted mine. I have literally just woken up, so that's why my eyes are quite puffy. It's about 7:30 AM. Tom and I have got up really early today because we are doing like a full day tour, like excursion. I think the vlog will probably be quite a short section from today because Tom and I are going to the memorial for the Lai Massacre. Now, if you don't know what this is, and if you haven't studied the Vietnam War, you probably won't have heard of this. It is essentially a memorial for like one of the most brutal attacks that happened in the Vietnam War. I've spoke about it several times that I studied Vietnam in school for like 2 years. It was like my deep dive case study in my history GCSE. I wanted to like allocate a day out of our trip traveling around Vietnam to see firsthand one of the memorials, one of the museums that's specifically dedicated to the war and the victims of the war, and My Lai was one of the biggest turning points in the Vietnam War. And I think while we're in Da Nang, we're only about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. You can book to do like guided tours. Basically there's a museum, a memorial, and then you can also tour like the actual village itself. For me, this is something that I've like pretty much always wanted to do ever since studying it. I always thought, oh, if I ever go to Vietnam, I think it would be really nice to be able to like go there and pay respect and like also see it like first-hand instead of out of a textbook. That is why we're up at 7:15. I don't know if there's going to be other people on this tour with us or if it's just going to be Tom and I. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really emotional day. Like, there are warnings on the TripAdvisor site being like, this is like raw and honest, and like it might upset you, but yeah, I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I want to do it, so we're gonna go do that now. obviously didn't really film anything today, other than a few montagey clips. I'm not gonna like go into it in loads of depth, but I will just say it was really interesting, really educational. The memorial and the whole museum was done in a really respectful way, and I think that if you are interested in the history of the Vietnam War and specifically what happened at My Lai, you definitely should consider going. Like, it is a little bit out of the way, but I think that it's just really educational. We had a one-on-one guide. His name that he was calling himself was Mr. Ken, even though he did say his actual name was Van, so I definitely could have just called him Van, but he was calling himself Mr. Ken, and he was like a one-on-one personal tour guide for Tom and I, and he was so well informed. Like, I think he said he was 75 or 76, so he lived through the Vietnamese War, so it meant that he had loads of really interesting, really personal stories, and I think that's what we found probably the most interesting, to be honest.
He was actually an interpreter. He was
a
in the Vietnam War.
Vietnamese interpreter for the American Army. Yeah, he had some really interesting, really sad stories as well, actually, so definitely research it if you do want to know more about the My Lai massacre, and also if you're considering coming here. We've been back a couple of hours. We've just had some chill time. We've just had a little bit, like, there was a lot of reflecting to do, and also we had a bit of admin to sort out, just like booking onward travel and stuff, but we've just got ready to go out. We're actually going to go down to the beach because last night there were loads of stalls down on the beach selling like fast food, drinks, things like that. I've put on this dress. I actually bought this in Cebu City in the Philippines, and it's from Pull & Bear, so I presume you could probably get it online. My risk is I'm not going to wear it too much while I'm here, because whenever you're washing whilst you're traveling, anything that you have that's white doesn't stay white, like, it just doesn't. So I'm going to try and get away with not washing it, so I'm probably only going to wear it like 2 or 3 times, but fingers crossed I'm not going to spill anything down it. I have definitely had worse dinner spots. I love that it looks like there's fairy lights on the sea as well, because of like the way the boats and the docks are. We are just at this little wood-fired pizza. It's like an outdoor stall. Also, this building behind him is like glittering. I just absolutely love it here. I really want to get some cool photos on the beach with like my pizza. I've got this vision for like some photos, but also there's a lot of people sitting here and I am a bit embarrassed because clearly there's nobody there, so I feel like everybody will be looking at me. This is the behind the scenes of me trying to get a cute photo eating pizza, and it still didn't really work. I think we'll have a few. I mean, there might be 2 swipe options, but I'm not holding my breath because I was getting a lot of stares, but it looks so good. We just finished up our pizzas and now we're gonna walk down the beach. This beach in Da Nang has like quite a lot of nighttime activities. For example, ahead of me right now, they're screening a film on a big screen, which I just think is so cool. There's also loads of beach bars. There's like a sports area where you could play like, I think maybe like nighttime volleyball, I don't really know. Anyway, we're just walking down the beach. It's actually really quite busy. I like it. This building looks funky as well. The Rosamere Hotel. We are just on the beach, vibing to some music. I've got a cocktail, but don't be deceived. It's actually not very nice. I thought it was going to be really nice because it's a mango bellini, but it's more like a mango smoothie with wine added into it, which is not really the vibes. But we're just enjoying the view. Taking some really cool photos on my actual camera, which we haven't done yet since traveling. Like, we've used my phone or Tom's phone for all of the photos you've seen so far, but just took some on the G7X and it actually looks pretty good. Just not that nice, but I've paid for it, so I'll drink it. I think we're probably gonna head back to the hotel fairly early because we're gonna get up early in the morning again, another early start. But I really like this beach after dark. I think it's really cool. It sort of reminds me of like Miami Beach, or maybe even like Surfers Paradise Beach, just the way that the city like lines the beachfront. Tom's just at the side of me buzzing about the Liverpool news. Apparently or something to do with Liverpool. I already know what's going on. He just got a notification through to his phone and I was really happy. So
yeah, because Klopp's extended his contract.
Cheers. A true gentleman carries his shoes. Good morning. It is 7 AM. We have got up bright and early. We are in Da Nang still, but we're actually leaving today to head to Hoi An. But before we do that, we are going to go and visit the Golden Hands Bridge, or the Golden Bridge, or the Barnard Hills. Basically, it's got several names. There are several attractions there. I actually saw one person online compare it to Disney World's Epcot. I don't know what to expect. I'm quite excited. Some of you might have seen the photos before. It is very frequently one of the like trending photos of Vietnam that like gets posted onto Facebook and like social platforms, where it's like everybody in the world should go and see this, and it is about 45 minutes away from here, which is Da Nang in like central Vietnam. So obviously we were going to go and visit it. We tied it into our schedule. We have had a pretty jam-packed Vietnam schedule, hence the constant early starts, because we are only here for like 14 days, which is long enough, I think, to do Vietnam if you're doing quite a quick tour. We've booked to do the cable car ride. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it is actually the only option to get there. So it was like £22 per person, and that includes the world's longest cable car ride. I'm a bit scared of heights, but it looks very impressive. Okay, we have just arrived. Immediately I do see the Disney World similarities, or just like any theme park. I think it's like the queuing system and also the just like the exterior of how it's all set up. Here is Tom walking straight in front of my shop. So I'm actually really frightened now. Like, I just realised that I don't like heights. Don't love it. We have made it. This is literally, and I'm not joking, in the clouds, guys. Like, you look down and you just can't see out because out of the window is just cloud. This was genuinely, I'm gonna go as far as to say, probably my favourite tourist attraction I have ever visited in the world. Honestly, there was just something so unique about this experience. When I said we were in the clouds, I mean, like, literally this looks like the kind of altitude an aeroplane is at. These are the cable cars we just came on. I am sort of having a nervous breakdown right now, but honestly, I'm just gonna keep it in and deal with it afterwards. It's very cool. It's also very busy and it's a little bit chaotic.
I'll tell you what though, the cable car's very handy.
Basically, the bridge is famous for being sat in these two giant stone hands. Guys, this is both amazing and terrifying at the exact same time. I can't believe how high up we are. I imagine this is what it's like to climb a mountain, and now I'm thinking I should probably never do that because my fear of heights is like, yoo-hoo, hi. But it is really impressive. I mean, I can't compare it to anything. The only thing I would compare it to in terms of like tourists and what it's like trying to get a photo is like the Empire State Building. Like, there's a lot of people in quite a small environment, and basically everybody wants a photo of the same thing. So it's like you're waiting for a gap, but even when you have a gap, other people are in your photos, which is fine, but it's just crowded. But I mean, any tourist attraction is, look at that, Tom.
I'm looking, I'm liking.
The visibility up here is getting quite bad. That is something that they do say online. If you are planning a visit, make sure that it's a clear day, because if it's even a little bit cloudy, like, you can't really see anything, because obviously the bridge is literally in the clouds. You would just be looking at cloud. It is getting quite foggy out there. These gardens are gorgeous though. Peacock. I mean, this is impressive because it's beautiful, but also because we're in a cloud. Can you see down here? Literally just clouds, guys. Like, this journey is insane. Tom and I also have this entire cable car to ourselves on the way down. I hope it's going where we came from. Obviously we can't see. It really feels like, you know, in the Hunger Games when they get surrounded by fog and they can't see anything. I don't know if Tom knows that film, but
I believe it's on the vlog. Yes.
Well, any of you guys on the vlog or Tom, the scene in the Hunger Games where the fog rolls in, it always kind of creeped me out because I was like, oh, that would be really scary. And it kind of is really scary actually. Tom's trying to make me laugh, I think.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I.
We are nearly back down. The fog has cleared. You can also feel a change in temperature. I feel like it's warmer down here.
Oh yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, sweatier. Yeah.
More humid in here.
Yeah, that was it. There was less humidity up there, I think. Yeah. But we're gonna just get some food at the bottom, I think. So there's a couple of like restaurants, cafes. There was a Starbucks, you know, the classic. Guys, this is me from the future, but I never ended this vlog, so I'm gonna end it now. I'm aware that it's very, very long, so I'm gonna keep the ending super snappy. Thank you so much for watching. Honestly, Hue and Da Nang were two of our favorite spots in Vietnam, so do not miss them off an itinerary if you are planning a trip to Vietnam. Sometimes I feel like they do get missed, and they definitely shouldn't be. Subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I shall be back with my next vlog very, very soon. Bye, guys.